Jason, in the meantime, several communities dealing with trees and power lines knocked down. There's also heavy rain, as Jason just mentioned, in neighborhoods, and that brings the potential for flooding. Caitlin McCarthy reports from Amherst tonight, where a giant tree fell onto a home.
Neighbors here in Amherst cleaning up their yards after that strong storm swept through. Many dealing with massive trees down and power outages.
I came on home to this mess. So yeah, just driving home from work, pulled in the driveway, and I was like, oh no, and yeah, it came down.
Amherst neighbor Doug Jenkins worried that a powerful storm would eventually take down this old tree in his yard. Coming home from work to see it completely uprooted was still pretty shocking.
I work in Strongsville, and on the way home on the turnpike, it was pretty hairy on the turnpike in North Ridgeville. I almost had to pull over, and I thought, boy, the storms were coming through. And then it cleared up, and I thought I was good till it came through here first.
Crews have been busy working to get it out of the way.
I'm fortunate, because if it went a little bit this way, the whole house would have been gone. So, thank God it went the way it went.
A family down the street wasn't as fortunate. This massive tree came crashing down on their house during the storm. A neighbor tells us she could hear the big boom when it fell. She adds thankfully no one was inside when it happened. Unfortunately, a lot of cleanup still ahead for families in this neighborhood. In Amherst, Caitlin McCarthy, 19 News.
Now to Old Brooklyn, and you are looking at a part of a roof that blew off an apartment building. This is on Fulton Road. Crews responded quickly to start cutting it into pieces to remove that debris from the sidewalk. New video now of damage in Fairview Village and an apartment complex there in Fairview Park. This is at Worcester and Lorraine, and you can see a lot of damage there. People picking up the debris, mattresses, and other items. No word on injuries, but a big mess after those storms rolled through. Now, that's just some of the damage from tonight. Many of you sending us pictures and videos of what you saw in your neighborhood during the storm. 19 Data journalist Jeff Slauson is here to kind of filter through those. Also, more importantly, power outages.
Yeah, obviously the damage and the outages was something we can expect. On the encouraging side, I know for many folks that still are without power, you may not like to hear this, but the power is coming back on in a large part. Just over the last couple of minutes, maybe the last hour or so, we've seen it go basically from 80 to 70, 70 to 60, and then 60 to 57, and now down to 54. This did just auto-generate again, so 54 is kind of where we're hovering at right now, 54,000 outages. I say it every time. I will not stop saying it when I cover this. We are talking customers, not people. One customer, think of your house. If you have a family of 4 or 5, you are considered one customer. So definitely more people than this are without power. So where are we seeing the vast majority of these? Well, predictably, Cuyahoga County is the one that was kind of hit the hardest here. 25,000 outages now. That has gone down since we were on air at 10 o'clock. For the latest in that. Also Lorraine, 10,000 outage right now. Now when you zoom in a little bit, you get kind of a clearer picture. Predictably, you're going to see Cleveland as one of the largest ones. Out of those that we have, 12,000 are from Cleveland. North Ridgeville has actually been up there. 6,000 customers in North Ridgeville still without power. So those two areas are really seeing. Now, for a lot of these outages, they have been reported. They are working on them right now. We're hoping to get some restoration times to come in the near future. I want to show you a couple of videos that were sent in to us, courtesy of everybody over on Cleveland 19. You can see in the right corner there, this one's pretty crazy. Look at that. Looks like it's out of Twister, the movie. Just to show you the intense conditions that we had. Someone's backyard. You have that tree falling. We've been talking about this, how dangerous these conditions can be. You've got another tree that fell on a car that was parked. This on the west side of Cleveland. These are the conditions that people were experiencing day in and day out. Now you hear Jason, myself, Chris, we always tell you, you gotta be safe to look at this. We tell you to get away from windows. Do not do what this person did here. This is incredibly dangerous. You see how fast that storm comes in. We tell you to get away from windows for a reason. Take a look at this. Again, that's how quick the storm comes in. Then ultimately you're going to see a tree coming down right near that window right there. That's how serious this can be. And that is why we constantly are telling people, get to a safe distance. If you would like to take a video or something like that, wait till it's all done. Wait till it's safe. Wait till Jason gives you the okay on TV. That's the best way to be able to find it. The last one I want to just show you here, this tree splitting right down the middle, remarkably going across the street, but not really getting much more than that. The conditions, obviously tough. If you are still without power, go outside and take a look, sure. but do not go near any down wires. Assume they are live. Make sure that you report it, and of course, make sure you're keeping yourself safe.